A very good morning to all of you. In this class, I am going to start with another important topic of chapter Human Health and Disease, and topic is vaccination and immunization. In vaccination and immunization, we are going to discuss about what is the function of vaccines, and how they get prepared for human being. Now, before going to start, first revise our previous class content, then we proceed to the today's topic. In previous class, we have discussed about the acquired immunity. In the acquired immunity, what is cell-mediated immunity and what is humoral immunity, what is the function of antibodies, or what are the structure of antibodies, or how many types of antibodies found in human, or their presence, their location. All these we have discussed in previous class. Then passive and active and passive immunity also we have discussed in previous class. In active immunity, that is immunity, this immunity is slow type of immunization, or the antibodies formation takes place in our body. But in passive type of immunity, when any ready-made antibodies we use for particular toxins, for specific toxins, or specific antigens, so that type of immunity is known as passive immunity. For example, the colostrum, which is the yellowish part of mother milk, actually help in immunizing the infant, the newly born baby. Now, when the baby feed on mother's milk, they actually have the IgA, that is ready-made antibodies which is formed by mother, or through the milk, that is transmitted into the newborn baby. So that actually in the newborn baby, the antibody do not takes place, for the formation of antibodies are not takes place inside the bone marrow in newly born baby, or because it takes time, or the antibodies formation occur during the exposure with any antigen, any virus, pathogen, etc. Now, in infant, there is need for protecting the infant, because there is no rapid formation of antibodies takes place in the newly born baby. So through the mother milk, it provided passively, or that is known as passive immunity. Or as like antibodies, as like IgA, some antivenoms are also used for inhibit the toxins or effect of toxin that are injected through any snake. So antivenoms are actually pre-formed or ready-made antibodies which are obtained by the horse serum. Now, in the horse, they introduce in so minimum amount, so that they do not harm horse, but horse also prepare the antibodies for this particular toxins which are introduced into the horse body. Now, every toxins are specific, and their characteristics are also specific, and their mode of functions are also specific. For example, if the snake is Naza, that means Indian cobra. So Indian cobra have neurotoxins, or they generally paralyze human, or their effect is on the neural system of human. So, due to these specific toxins, the antibodies prepared by the horse should be specific. That means the Naza toxins introduced in horses, introduced into the horses in minimum amount, so that they can prepare the specific antibodies with respect to the particular toxin. Now, come to the today's topic, the vaccination and immunization. In vaccination, are dead or inactive microbes injected into the human, so that they are not able to cause disease in human, but because they are antigenic antigens, due to the antigenic response by these antigen, the antibodies get prepared in our body. So vaccination is based on memory. Vaccination based on memory B cell or B lymphocyte cell, B cell and T cell. T lymphocyte cell. So vaccination, in vaccination, the dead or inactive microbes get injected into the human body. So somehow there are so many different kinds of vaccine which are prepared in laboratories. These are prepared through the biotechnology. Actually, they are not truly form of truly antigens, yeah, or pathogens, but they can introduce the antibodies, or when they introduce in human, they trigger the immune system for the production of antibodies. So how they work in our body? So first we discuss about the normal phenomena of vaccines, then we discuss about the how biotechnology, through the biotechnology, these antigenic vaccines, how trigger our immune system to form antibodies in our body. Now in vaccination, the weakened and dead microbes or pathogens introduced in our body. So when they introduce in our body, they exactly do not cause any harm, any infection to our cell. So just like COVID vaccine, for example, inside the vaccine, actually vaccine do not have, they are formed by the recombinant DNA technology. They are totally artificial. If they are present truly, so what happened during the formation of vaccine, or what is the procedure of the formation of vaccine? Vaccine is formed by dead or weakened pathogen, but for safety measurement, the dead pathogen majorly used in the formation of vaccine. So what happened, if we introduce the dead pathogen into inside our body, because of every virus is formed by protein coat. So every virus have protein coat, and inside the cell they also have genetic material, DNA or RNA, either DNA or RNA. And all the cell organelles are absent in the virus. They also have a specific structure. That specific structure is spike. So they also have a specific structure on the protein coat. That structure is actually spike, or present all over the membrane. For example, this. Now, because of the specificity in the spike present on, these are also, the spikes are also formed by protein, or the virus bind to our cell receptor, the receptor present on our cell. Our cell have also a receptor, or they bind with specific receptor present on the cell membrane of human cell. Here are the, for example, specific receptor. So these virus can easily bind with the receptor that are present in our cell membrane. Here is, for example, here is human cell. So with the help of spike, when they bind with the receptor, they introduce into our cell. So this is cell. With the help of phagocytosis, also said to be or when the virus get attached with this, for example, now virus get attached with this receptor. Now with the formation of clathrin coated endosomes get formed, in which the food vacuoles they introduce in our cell by the phenomena of invagination, or through the invagination they they enter into our cell. So they introduce into our cell in the form of endosome, or in the form of invagination. Here is cell of human, or this is virus. So how they infect in our body? They introduce inside our cell, or they infect, or when they transfer or enter in our cell, when they enter in our cell, they undergoes in replication to form their DNA or RNA. First, if their genetic material is RNA, then they undergoes in reverse transcription. In reverse transcription, from RNA to they form DNA. Then from DNA to viral, they form the viral RNA. So our cell mechanism, machinery of replication used for the virus used for their synthesis of genetic material in our cell. So that's why our cells get infected by several viruses. When they undergoes in replication, they introduce their genetic material in our cell, or the cell is filled with lots of virus. Then they rupture the cell or release outside, so they infect all around. They infect all the cells which are present in surrounding, or they infect nearby cells, neighboring cells after the reproduction. So they increase their number in our body. Lekin what happened during the when we use, actually when they are present in live form, they actually do infection in such a manner, because our cell membrane have a receptor for that virus, or through the spike they can easily bind with the receptor and then introduce in our cell or enter in our cell, or they transfer their genetic material into our cell, so that through our replication machinery they form or reproduce their own RNA, their own, if their genetic material is formed by DNA, their own protein, their own genetic material, or finally our cell synthesize work as a factory of viruses. Our cell form number of viruses because they use our cell machinery, our synthesis machinery, or replication transcription machinery for synthesis of their own protein, their own genetic material. So that's why they infect or burst our cell or destroy our whole cell function, or they introduce in all over the body cells and again undergoes in replication. So after the infection of these virus, our cell lost their ability for function, because they undergoes in the synthesis of the viral protein, viral genetic material. So that's why the cell lost their function. Now what actually the live pathogen do with our cell. Now what happened, if the pathogen is dead, inactive, so they are not able to bind with our receptor because of these are dead, or they do not undergoes in the synthesis process, reproduction process. But what happened with this, when these dead pathogen introduced in our body in the form of vaccines, because their cell structure, always T helper cell identify the body cell or check the cell's identity, check the identity of cells which are present in our body. So they find also these viruses, but they don't have our body identity in the form of MSC, major histocompatibility complex. Now when the when they are checked by T helper cell, or through the T helper cell identified that this is not our body cell. Now they transfer the signal to the all of the immune cells. Now immune cells get alert because some stranger is entered in our body. So due to this stranger, that stranger do not have our body identity, but they actually do not have our body identity. They are foreign. They are foreign particle, foreign organism to our in respect with our body cells. So they undergoes into synthesis of antibodies. The memory B cell gets synthesized antibody, and the data about this organism, which the cellular composition of this organism is that, and they are formed by the spikes, and the overall the morphology, chemical characteristic all stored in memory B cell and T cell. This is not this is a foreign particle. Now these viruses are not causing any infection in our body, but anyhow they may, because they are foreign particle, so they may be cause some diseases in our body, but presently they are not cause any disease because they are dead, any disease in our body because they are dead, but in future they will cause the disease in our body. So that's why the data about this virus get stored in our body, and B cell and T cell get activated that this is foreign particle. They start formation of antibodies, and finally the antibodies get prepared in our body in our body for this virus. In future, if this active now in present day, because we have used vaccine that pathogen, and we have already formed the antibodies for this virus, for this protein code, for this spikes that are present around the cell membrane or around the protein code. Now for this virus we have already the antibodies. In future, if the virus become activated, or the active virus get entered into this specific active same virus get entered into in our body, because the body have the antibodies for the antigens of this virus. So for without knowing us, without causing infection by this virus, our body cells, our antibodies kill that virus, or our immune cells kill that virus which is entered in our body before the infection. So what happened during the whole process of how the vaccination is a passive type of immunization. So actually vaccination is active type of immunization, but passive type of immunization is also included when the preformed antibodies or ready-made antibodies will use after the infection. Now when the pathogen introduced in our body, this is same virus. This virus is also have spikes over protein coat, because they bind with our cell receptor through the spike present on protein coat virus. Now these are dead virus. Now these are present in vaccines. Actually vaccines are formed by the dead pathogen or virus, or that for example, if we use the hepatitis B vaccine, so they are present, the vaccines have dead, but recently in present time the hepatitis B vaccines are actually formed by biotechnology. We will discuss it later. Now first we discuss about, for example, this is a polio vaccine. So the vaccine have the dead polio viruses. When these viruses introduced in our body, so they trigger our immune system, B cells and T cells. The memory because this vaccination is memory based vaccination, memory based immunity, depend upon the memory of B cell and T cell. T helper cell identify that protein code of the virus, then store data in B cell, memory B cell and T cell. Now in future, when any live virus entered in our body, so because data already present in memory B cell and memory T cell. Now they exaggerate the formation of, trigger the formation of antibodies. So B cell proliferate into the plasma cells for the formation of antibodies. So large number of antibodies transfer at the site of infection without knowing, without any infection caused in our body through the live virus, through the live polio virus. The virus get precipitated by the antibodies or killed by the different natural killer cells, for example, and cytotoxic T cells. So all these viruses killed by the different antibodies, different type of immune cells. So how the vaccine actually done? So the vaccination is a memory based immunization. Memory based immunization. Memory based immunization. So what is immunization? Immunization is a formation of antibodies before the any complicity created by the virus or created by the toxin. For example, immunization is anti-venom also. Immunization is taking tetanus injection also. So some of the injection or preformed antibodies we will use in quick manner. For example, what happened, because vaccination is a memory based immunization in which before infection we will take these vaccines because always formation of antibodies takes some time, or due to the because tetanus cause the quick infection or quick symptoms or quick some effect on our body, or just like venoms of any snake also cause some effect on our body or also cause death of particular individual. So there is no time for synthesis of antibodies. So we use the ready-made antibodies for the immunization process. So these ready-made antibodies used for tetanus injection, for tetanus, against the tetanus or Clostridium tetani, or the antivenom also, which are generally formed in the with the help of horses, or horse serum. They are formed by the horse serum because horse serum have the antibodies against the vaccine. As we know, when the antibodies form inside our body, they transfer into the serum for their action. Some of the antibodies also membrane bound, like IgD or IgM. They also transfer into the serum, but their serum function is unknown. But most of the antibodies transfer into the serum for their function. When we inject toxin of a snake into the horse or in small quantities, so that the horse actually toxin do not affect on horse, but horse get immunized by itself. They can prepare the antibodies in our body. So the antibodies transfer after the formation. They transfer into the serum, where we isolate, just extract the serum of horse and then the horse serum have the antibodies against the specific venom, antivenom. So the antivenom and tetanus injection is a type of passive immunization. Immunization. So antivenom and tetanus injection is a type of passive immunization in which we use ready-made antibodies from the antivenom or from the tetanus injection, because after the infection with tetanus Clostridium tetani bacteria, or after the bite or injection of toxins through the any snake, so there is no time for the preparation of antibodies, because the preparation of antibodies are time taking process, where first they B cell, T cell, first they identify that type of antigen, then they proliferate to form plasma cells, then they form the proteins molecule, then they undergoes in the sorting processing process, then antibodies get formed. So there is no time for the preparation of the antibodies in our body, so we use the pre-form or ready-made antibodies in the form of antivenom or tetanus injection. Now rest of the vaccines, the COVID vaccine and hepatitis B vaccine is actually in the vaccines the dead organism use or inactive organism use, but hepatitis B vaccine is formed by or through the biotechnology, in which they get prepared, the DNA get cloned into the cell, into the genome of bacteria or genome of yeast. Now through the bacteria and yeast, the hepatitis B or the virus causing hepatitis in human gets genome gets synthesized in the bacteria or synthesized into the yeast. Then the isolation of this genetic material, that is that genetic material now introduced into the human body, where the human body have the genetic material, genetic protein inside the inside our cell. So they identified that protein, they identified the viral structure in our body, the B cell and T cell, like then the data stored in B cell and T memory, B cell and T cell. When any virus get or live virus or enter in our body, so our activated B cell quickly synthesize or ready-made the antibodies which are formed in our body during the time of injection, during the time of vaccination. Now their genetic material into the bacteria or yeast. So through the biotechnology, the vaccine hepatitis B, vaccine of hepatitis B prepared in bacteria and yeast. Bacteria and yeast. Bacteria and yeast. Bacteria and yeast. So these organism might these viruses isolated from the bacteria or yeast, and because they the cloning of these organism, these viruses takes place inside the cell of bacteria, inside the cell of yeast, or now they get isolated through the biotechnology or introduced or in the form of vaccine or introduced into the human. Now humans are able to synthesize the antibodies against these virus, against the COVID virus, hepatitis B virus. So here is the overall about the vaccination and immunization. I hope you like this video and keep listening and watching me, and thank you for listening and watching me.